Hello everyone and welcome to my Creative African Cooking channel, New to Do by Fafa. My name is Fafa Gilbert and I hope you're enjoying my recipes so far. If not, I don't know. You have to. And today I'm actually going to make something so simple but equally delicious as always. Una nanamakli. Come on, kwa flavor so kata bandanu. Konta wom viviviku. Hey. Koklola magbana infuse ka. Nenya nto mabobo na imadri. Ingo akeshe ina ulo lo. How am I saying that right? Oh God. The else and I just problems. Okay. So anyway, me akoko na mi pa me be infuse. Just a bit never be come na say me di nza. So we are today. So now let's start with our stuffing. I have got 500 grams of minced pork and I'm adding some spring onions to it. To that, I'm going to also crush a few shison pepper and I'm going to add that to my beautiful mince. Now, with shison pepper, if you watch my previous video on how I made that chopper beef light soup, I made mention of it. Now, I infused my salted beef with it because it's so aromatic. Now, in the absence of that, you can use fennel and black peppercorn and a little bit of winter as well. You see, it gives it that aromatic flavor. It's similar, but it won't be the exact same thing, but it's similar. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm taking care of you here. Now, the flavor I'm going for here, it's more of an Asian influence, you see, but I'm adding my own twist. You will not even believe what I add to it later. But you know, if you watch, I know they lie. So add your crushed shison pepper to your minced mixture. Now, when I was creating this recipe, I was inspired definitely by yet again a trip that I took to Vietnam. And I just love, these type of flavors as well. So I was like, okay, let me just add some sesame oil to it. And it just gives it this beautiful flavor because that's all I'm about. I like to enhance the natural flavors of dishes. And I've got like a tablespoonful of my holy grail, which is the onion, garlic, aniseed, and ginger. And I'm mixing this together till it's well combined. So you've got that aromatic flavor from the shison pepper. You've got that, subtle onion flavor as well from the spring onions. And I've done my whole aniseed thing, the shenanigan thing. And of course, the sesame oil, which would also make the meat moist. Absolutely, because I'm going to be stuffing this. And I'm adding some chili flakes as well for that residual heat. Because, I'm building up on the flavors. I'm not overpowering anything. I don't want anything to jar. I just want it to marry perfectly. And then I'm also adding some sesame seeds to it, you see. Because I've got some sesame oil in there. And I've got the seeds, which will give it that crunch as well. When you bite into it, it's just like, mwah. Don't tell me this is not flavor zone. You look at the thing quite yourself. I bet you, like, your mouth is watering, even though it's raw now. But of course, when it's cooked, I'm sure. Now, moving on and building upon my flavors and adding that smokiness to my stuffing. I'm rendering the fat of these beautiful bacon lardons. They're readily available in most supermarkets. You don't need any oil or anything. Just place it in your frying pan on a medium heat and its fat will just fry it. So I want it smoky and I also need it fried. So I need it crunchy because I'm building upon that flavor. All this flavor is going to be added to this minced pork, So it's just intensifying what's already there. So you can imagine biting into the chicken and then you're having these textures and flavors coming through. You thank me later. Now, this process of rendering the fat could take between about 7 to 10 minutes because you're cooking on a medium heat and you're rendering the fat and frying it. So now that it's frying, I think it's looking okay. And you can see here, yeah, it's browning perfectly. So I'm going to add some onions and that's just going to give it that sweetness as well. You see, absolutely. So I'm going to fry and mix this for another 3 to 4 minutes. Just to allow that infusion to take place. And I'm going to set it aside till it cools down completely because I'm going to add it to my stuffing. you see, is building upon the flavors. I mean, at this point, if you'd like to add some, you know, garlic, you can, but I've already got garlic in my mixture of the ginger, aniseed, garlic, and onion, which is my holy grail that I always use. I've added that anyway to my minced pork. So once that is fried, I'm adding my egg now to my mixture because that's going to help it bind and it just gives it that moisture as well. Because the whole point of this recipe is to make sure that my chicken is nice and moist. Now, you can replicate this with turkey, absolutely, or guinea fowl. And I am serving guinea fowl this year. So, yeah. So now I'm adding some thyme, fresh thyme. If you have the dry ones, you can, but you can omit it altogether. But I do like that flavor. I like that beautiful thyme taste, that it adds to this dish. Did I just say thyme taste? Oh gosh. Anyway. And yes, appears the resistance. I added some plantain. Yes, I know. How do you know it's in Dubai, Fafa? Why did I add that? Now you see, the ripened plantain adds the sweetness to the stuffing, right? Most people might use raisins or anything, but I'm like, no. Ripened plantain would give me exactly the same thing. But not only just that, it has that texture and it's a flavor that, a lot of people will be surprised to see it. But it's so nice when you stuff it into your preferred meat and then it's just like you're enjoying it and that sweetness and familiarity comes through. You're like, hey, do. Oh, nah. So yeah. So now I've mixed everything together till it's well combined. I'm now going to be adding my beautiful bacon and onions that I've actually fried gently. So you see, I'm building upon that flavor as I talk to you. So now I've got my chicken ready for me to stuff this beauty. So how am I going to do it? So you have your chicken piece here where it's dressed and it's cleaned and it's just perfect. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lift the skin where the breast is. So you see me turn it that way and I'm just using my fingers to actually make that pocket and spread. So you see, yes. And the reason why I'm, stretching the skin and doing all of this is because I'm going to be stuffing. Yes, it's going to go in there. So what's going to happen is, whilst it's cooking, the flavors from this minced pork and the plantain and everything is just going to infuse into that meat, you see, just beautifully. And it also protects the meat as well because it traps in the moisture. So you see, so I'm going to stuff it inside and of course on the outside as well. So this chicken, as you're seeing here, is going to get some muscles right now. I'm just going to make it like a macho chicken. So yes, so now I'm just adding my stuffing here and I'm just pushing it under the skin, as you can see. Look at that. And even to the thigh as well. I told you, look at that plantain piece there. It's just going to be beautiful. So you can see you're going to get that crispy skin and then you've got that beautiful soft and cooked plantain that is actually in there. Charlie, who told you it's any other food? It not be any other food. When I say this is in Dubai Fafa, this is in Dubai Fafa. Look at that. I'm massaging it. I'm like, yeah, you've got to go here. You've got to go there. Now, that's the joy of cooking. It's making the most of what you have. And these are ingredients that I personally do have readily available. Look, in the absence of the minced pork, you can use your goat meat. You can use beef. You can use lamb if you wish. But I think pork works perfectly for this. But then again, as I said, think outside the box and you can do so. So now I'm going to be stuffing everything inside as well, It's the crevice of the chicken. So just imagine if you've got your guinea fowl, you can do exactly the same thing too, or your turkey, you can do exactly the same thing too. And I'm just like, yeah, you're looking good right now. I've stuffed you up perfectly. And the remaining stuffing, you could just turn into a beautiful bowl and, just grill it or fry it or, just bake it with this and serve it as a side as well. So I'm building up on my flavors again and I'm just going to make this quick marinade, which I will brush the top of the chicken with. And now what that's going to do is going to allow me to have that beautiful crispy skin as well. And it's just flavor. So I've got my garlic here, as you can see. And now I'm adding my salt. absolutely. And to that, I'm going to add my ancho chilies. You can use any chili flakes that you have. The reason why I've used the ancho chilies is because it's smoky and it just adds that smokiness to the skin as well. And then, of course, my sesame oil, which just gives it that nuttiness as well. So I'm going to mix this together and brush this over my chicken. I was supposed to put this video up last night, but I forgot I hadn't purchased my guinea fowl and I went hunting for it. Can you believe I could not get any? So I've decided to do duck instead. And of course, I'm going to be twisting it. So yeah, they can choose to go quack about it from guinea fowl to duck. Anyway, so I'm just brushing this beautiful marinade over the skin, as you can see here. Now you can marinate this for a minimum of an hour in the fridge, or, just to allow the flavors to permeate through. But at this point, just preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Now I'm going to be baking this in a clay pot, which means I'm going to intensify every flavor that's in this chicken. Now, one thing I do like about the clay pot or cooking in a clay pot is it retains the heat and regulates the temperature. So it means that each time that you cook with it, you end up with a perfectly cooked dish. Now, the juice or the flavors of this chicken is going to intensify because I'm going to be, baking this for about an hour. And of course, just when I'm about to finish, I was like, nah, let me just add the aromatic flavor. So I've just crushed some lemongrass. And what the lemongrass is going to do, the oil is just going to permeate through the skin. And I also made this green chili sauce, which is another recipe I'll be showing you guys soon. And it's extra oil of it that I'm now, just pouring over this. And that's just going to be about it. So now this is ready. I'm just going to place it in the oven and I'm going to cook this gently for an hour, as I said. Once you cook it for an hour, because this is a 1.2 kilograms worth of chicken, once that is done, you take it out. Because the clay pot still retains the heat, it cooks it further. So it means you can allow your chicken to rest for a minimum of 15 minutes and it's still warm and moist and beautiful. And the juice that comes out of it is just incredible, honestly. It's a must try, absolutely, without a doubt. I hope I have inspired you guys for Christmas. Be it the fact that it's been a last minute thing for me here to produce this food, but I just wanted you guys to have that inspiring recipe so you can do something different. I do have loads of guests in my household, so I'm quite busy making sure everybody's needs are being catered for. So yes, I hope I can actually get another video up soon for you guys. But I really miss you already. And I'm wishing you all Merry Christmas. And if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, I hope this would be a perfect reason for you to do so. And share the videos, like the videos, do leave your comments, absolutely. And don't forget that if you click that notification button, what that means is each time I do upload a video, it's delivered straight to your email address. No wahala. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for supporting this cause, for pushing me, because sometimes you don't even realize. I might find it difficult, but your encouraging words just pushes me and motivates me. And I hope that I do inspire and motivate you guys to also follow your dreams. It is possible. Anyway, I love you just the way you are. Take care until next time.